279 minutes. It's the amount of time that you spend on your phone each day. We send 8.5 trillion texts annually, spend 5 billion minutes on FaceTime daily, and over 65% of the world has connection to the internet. So how can the most connected society be this lonely? We forget that this instant always connected society wasn't always this way. In 2007, when the iPhone released, the dam broke. In an instant, you can be talking to a relative from across the world, seeing scores from last night's game, or liking a post from a long-lost friend. But being always connected came at a cost. Depression rates doubled, time spent with friends was cut by a third, social isolation increased by 24 hours each month, and unfortunately, suicide rates doubled. And it all comes back to one thing. This. You sit there slack-jawed waiting for the algorithm to give you your next hit of dopamine, scrolling as the minutes slowly tick by. Before you know it, it's 4 a.m. and you've been scrolling for 6 hours. You're going to spend a fourth of your life scrolling mindlessly. Time that could be spent with friends, with family. Instead, you pick up your phone 144 times per day. You're giving your life over to an algorithm that makes you dumb and keeps you distracted. They have you. They own you. They control you. Is there any escape? Maybe. I want to start with a quote from F. Scott Fitzgerald. The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposing ideas in mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. And the funny thing is that we're not so different, you and I. We might vote for different people, we might think different things, but we both just want to be happy. We want to live good lives. The internet has taken the things that we disagree on and they've amplified it. It's tough because I've said this a lot. The internet is the printing press, and we the little guys are the Protestant Reformation. I'm talking to you through a screen from a small town in Ohio to anywhere in the world through the internet. The internet is amazing, but our time is an extremely valuable commodity, and tech companies have gotten really good at manipulating that and taking it from us. And I'm afraid of a future where we're wearing goggles and what we see in the world can be manipulated and changed by Apple or some other company. To me, the problem is much deeper than the phone, but that's the first and most obvious change. There are several other factors leading to loneliness, including no community. Men and women have hidden away in video games and social media respectively, where they can get a similar feeling they're used to get when they were part of a tribe. Church attendance is down and continues to drop. Remote work. We are a materialist culture, putting things over people. We are inside our homes more, a lot more isolated, especially with delivery. We constantly have headphones in, a sign to not talk to you because you are listening to something else. We are a very car-dependent society. As opposed to walking past your neighbor's house, now you just drive past them. Finally, we're too dependent on politicians to save us, as opposed to the local community that we are in. This is actually a much older problem, but it was just amplified by the iPhone. My favorite child's author actually talks about this. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too, games you can't win because you'll play against you. All alone. Whether you like it or not, alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that could scare you so much you won't want to go on. But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go, though the hacking cracks howl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. On you will go. Because you must. I don't know how to fix it. I wish I could just prescribe the antidote now and cure everything. But here's what I do know. Millions of people feel like this, which means there are millions of people out there yearning for a connection. And unfortunately, this is not a problem that can be solved by some random video by some obscure bald guy. Loneliness is a problem that affects you, which means you are going to be on the hook to fix it. And I know that it may seem hopeless sometimes, so I wanted to let you in on the final part of that quote from the beginning. The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposing ideas in mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. One should, for example, be able to see that things are hopeless, yet be determined to make them otherwise.